I moved here, Rosamond, in the summer of 1989, 25 years since summer. And I've been a customer of the Rosamond Community Services since from day one. In fact, going through my records here today, I came across one of my old bills. In January of 1991, I was paying $4.60 a month for my sewer.
Save it.
Obviously, the rates have gone up since then, and I'm currently paying now $39.80 a month. For me, paying this sewer rate on a monthly basis for me personally.
You step back to the mic just a little bit, sir.
For me personally, paying $39.80 a month is great for my budget. However, now it's one of my property tax bills, so times 12, if my math is correct, that's $477.60 a year for me, which is going to jack up my property tax bill significantly. Maybe for others in this room, maybe that's just change, but me, that's a big, tremendous financial burden. Unfortunately, this is just another small chunk where I'm being hit by other government entities. So I get letters every year saying, sorry, Mr. Vincent, we have to raise rates and you have to bear the burden of it. Every time it seems like I get one step forward, I end up 2 steps back. It's probably too late for the board to reconsider this decision, but personally, I never learned about this decision until after the vote was taken, and I read about it in the local editions of the Mojave Desert News and the Rosamond News. So I just want to express my opinions and my concerns about that to you, ladies and gentlemen of the board, Mr. Perez and all the staff here. I would hope that down the road you consider to reverse your action. For me, this is going to be a tremendous financial burden on me. Thank you.
My name is Chris Silva. I live in West Park. And me personally, I don't trust anyone. You know what? I can probably tell you a lot of people I talk to on the streets and a lot of other people I talk to at work on base. Anybody that lives in Rosamond, they don't know all of you, but they don't trust you at all. Not even close. They think you guys are dishonest. You guys are constantly putting stuff on us. You never come back and tell anybody anything until after you've done it. It's for you, Rick. I'm glad you could stand up and at least say that what you did. Where do you live?
I live in Rosamond, and I know everybody, folks, since you asked me to share this with you about everything that I vote on, it impacts me like it impacts everybody out here.
Yeah, but
You talk about the trash, I pay the trash. The lighting, I pay myself. Everything I vote on, it impacts me. You know why I vote on it? I vote on things that I believe are the best business practices to help this country, help my community. You know, everyone keeps talking about this. Finish your time, we'll have open comments and I'll address it, but I'm not going to hide behind it. You know why? When we vote on something, I vote on what I believe is the best for the community as a whole. Not individual, not a block.
Talking about the $40 service charge we currently get for our sewage fees is going to go on our tax bill annually now?
Per month. Per month.
Well, it's not going to be per, right now we pay it per month, but now it's going to be an annual fee.
Right, yearly.
Semi.
Yeah.
Who else voted on it? I can tell you what, I can tell you the last time I actually voted here in Rosamond, I looked for all the current board members, who they were, and I voted for somebody else. I can tell you that's what I did. And I don't care what you did or who you did, because all I know is when you guys get together as a board, you guys vote for the community, and I don't trust you. So all I did for my power of my vote, I looked who was board members and I voted for somebody else. That's what I did. And if there was not another choice, I'd rather not have it.
Amen.
I think there's a lot of other people that could probably do a better job for our community than what you guys have done for us personally. Kind of sad. Now, just you 5 board members, you're our voting members, right? How many of you live in Rosamond?
All 5, you have to.
All 5? You have to live in Rosamond?
You have to live in Rosamond.
Well, at least that's a good thing, but I don't understand how you guys could inflict this type of stuff on our community.
Because they don't know the numbers, that's why.
This week and different things and why we pay what we pay. And, I mean, we pay park fees and a lot of other fees, and they all come back to this board, and you guys all manage our money. That's what it really comes down to. And then what it really comes down to now, my next thing is I'm going to go back and look back and see how much each one of you made, because we're paying for that. When you guys send out these fancy little things and color and all the other things you do, We pay for that. With all the stuff you guys currently do, every time you guys have a board meeting, I found that one paper just today, $147 every time you guys meet. We pay for that. We're paying for everything you guys do, and this air conditioning, everything you do. I can't run my air conditioner like this at work on the days. But you guys sure. Everything you guys do, we pay for. And so I'm just saying, you guys need to start thinking a little bit smarter and wiser with the money you're using, because the money you're using as a community, you're working off our backs, not just yours. So, I mean, here's my thing. I really originally moved in Rosamond in '89. I still have my original paperwork. Here's what it says. I pay, your base fee is $15.84. That covers 3 units of water, $6.92, sewage, $7.92, and your street lighting for $1. That was what I paid when I moved here in 1989. Since then, our fees have quadrupled.
That's right.
And it's constantly going up, and every time I turn around, you guys are raising another cost for something. And you're putting it all right back on us, and then now you guys, every time you guys get a chance, you stick it on our property bill. And I don't understand how you guys can do that. Right now, at least it's a monthly fee, and it's $40, but now you're going to turn around and take an annual fee out.
Annual fee, that's hard.
We need to find it.
That doesn't make sense. I don't understand why you guys did that. So, I mean, Rick, you made the comment that you thought it was better for the community. Why did you think that was better? Because obviously you could have been a swaying vote.
Because he doesn't see the
No,
numbers.
excuse me. I asked you just a general question. Why would you vote for
Excuse
anything?
me, let me interrupt you, I'm sorry. This is a time for you to talk and let yourself be heard. They
Okay,
cannot,
well, I'm just
they
telling
cannot,
you.
they cannot deal with, or I'm the attorney for the district. And I'm only trying to keep everybody up. One of the things you can do is ask some specific things that you're talking about. You put on the agenda, then you can have interaction with them. But now this is the
So who are you?
for you and your free speech. You get to talk. So, for everybody.
Okay, well, here's some of my things that I've looked at. I was looking at the overall cost of it. I see that you have that on the board, but one of the nice things would have been if you guys could tell us how much each light pole costs to light by the power company, and how much each one of, besides one of those costs, and what you say we're actually paying to Southern California Edison. I did see some of that, but it seems like for everything we're doing, you're paying administrative fees for all of these things too. So every time you break it all down and you put it all on the board, we're paying administrative fees almost the same cost we're paying the power company.
Absolutely.
All right,
My goodness. It's like every time you guys get together, we're paying for every time you guys get together, whether it's good or bad. And we're paying for you whether it's right or wrong for us. What I'd like to know, and I guess I really can't ask questions, but I assume the rest of the people would probably like to know too. I looked at my bill, and just for my area, and for my area, it's $14.50. That's the area zone that I live in. And my bill is going to go up for the first bill. It's going to be $49.79. That's going to go to $27.07. And based on that, I'm currently, you guys roughly, and I was only doing it based off 3,550 people living in Rosamond, but obviously there's more than that. So we're paying in excess. Before we were paying over $43,000 a month just for our power in Rosamond. And then the way you guys rearranged everything and doing everything, that is going to now go into a surplus of $140,000, and that's not counting everybody. So I don't think our power in Rosamond is $140,000. You're talking for the community, and like a lot of these other people I've already heard them say, it would be really nice if you guys are going to do something like change the way we're going to pay our bills, that you let the rest of the community know. And thank you for your time. And me personally, next time we got a chance to vote, I guarantee I will not vote for any.
Thank you. Amen.
Address the board of directors on this issue of the sewer. I didn't come prepared for that, but I've sat on the board of directors for Rosamond Hills since 1984. And we were very frugal in our expenses and our position with rate increases for our tenants. And just because we were frugal, when the finances turned around to negative, we started looking for rate increases that our clients just couldn't afford. And so I'm saying to you, the board of directors, that it's going to be much, much better for all your ratepayers to pay $20 or $30 or $40 a month for sewer than it's going to be for them to pay $500 a year. But they won't be able to come up with cash. And I feel like that you're really going down the wrong road when you have the system set up, you collect the sewer rates every month. Don't know why you decided it needs to go on the tax bill, because that's only going to cost you more money. And so I would like the board to consider that the sewer rates that you're wanting to put on the tax bill is probably not going to be the best position for you to be in. And it really boils down to a lot of people in here just can't come up with an extra $600, especially on December 10th when they're trying to make Christmas. And that's what they're looking at. That's what you're going to make them look at. And I think that you'd be a lot better off if it's, I don't know what the sewer rates are because I don't pay them. Well, I don't have sewer. But if it was $20 a month or $30 a month, that would be a lot easier to get in a budget than say $500 or $600 on December 10th. And so, if you truly think that you're doing the best for the community, then you're going to reverse your position on that sewer fees.
Okay, on the last meeting that I was at, they said that it costs like $80,000 per year for the street. They were collecting $60,000 already. So we need another $20,000 to come up to the $80,000. So I got all the paperwork here on the last one. So I figured, okay, let's put another dollar. It'll bring us up to $120,000 for the year, right? It's well above the $80,000, and even a couple dollars more.
How many street lights are there?
I don't know.
You know, Steve?
Not a lot.
Not enough.
Rosamond is not well lit. It's not at all.
And we're willing to vote in this, we guess.
607? So what's 607?
Yeah, Glenn, that's the answer. You made a comment to me earlier, Mr. Wood, in my property tax, my sewer rate would not go up one penny. That is correct. However, it's the method of payment that concerns me personally. Again, because my mat was $477 a year, it's going on my property tax. Well, according to Kern County property tax, we can make it in 2 payments, but still that's a big chunk of money for me. And whereas I could do it every month at $39 or whatever the fee was, for me, I could pay that. That was reasonable for me. As I said earlier, I've been living here for 25 years, and I showed you a little card from 1991, how much I was paying for sewer at the time. And I've been here in last 5 to 6 years. Matter of fact, 25 years I've been a resident here and a customer of the Rosamond Community Service District. I've never seen the rates go high like they have the past 5 years. I know it's been discussed publicly in the newspapers. I know Mr. Perez has written some articles in the Antelope Valley Press of the lack of cash flow coming into the district because some customers are not paying their fair share or whatever. I understand that, but again, you're right. My sewer bill's not going to go up per se, but it's a perspective of now it's a different style of payment now. Instead of paying once every month at $39.80, now I'm going to have to pay $477 added to my property tax, which is every in 2 payments, so it's at about $230 or $210, some approximately like that. So, but again, I know you folks have been struggling with cash flow, which you've been saying, and this vote will benefit you. And Rick, you and I have been friends for a long time, and so I'm not saying disrespectful about you. I don't agree with you on this issue, your vote. But I know your children, my children, played Little League together a long time ago, and you and I talk, we're good friends, let everybody know that. But just for me personally, lady, a gentleman, I don't know, make this payment, I'll find some other way, but this just puts more pressure on me as a customer. And just for the record, I just want you, lady and gentlemen, to be aware of that also. Thank you very much for your time.
Last year it was recognized and we were going to run it, that we were going to run out of money. And we brought it forward at that time. Due to a lack of information being disseminated properly, your board elected to put it off. But currently, we're running at a deficit in the lighting fund. The street lighting account right now is in deficit at the tune of about $107,484.10. We ran approximately $20,000 short by the time all the bills came in at the end of last fiscal year, and we've been running without any or without significant revenue to take on the actual cost in this past year. So it's necessary for the community to cast their vote on the issue. To continue paying for streetlights, the district is forced to annex into an existing landscape and lighting district. The district that we are proposing to annex into was formed in 2006 as a mitigation measure for the tract map process in Kern County. When this annexation was established, there were very specific rules laid out for future annexations by the then engineer that wrote the annexation document. We're required to follow those guidelines or rules in joining that annexation. Now, the district did consider wanting to start a new annexation, but the cost would have been significantly higher because we would have had to gone through a full LAFCO process and many more hearings to conduct that, which would have driven costs up. So the annexing into the existing made all the sense. Some of the requirements of the existing district that are contentious, that are before us, are the zones are to be established by tract, and the collection is to be done on the property tax roll. The decision is totally up to the voter. A yes vote means you accept the increase in the lighting fee. A no vote means you reject the increase in the lighting fee. If the majority of votes cast in a zone are in support, it only affects that specific zone. If the majority of the votes are in opposition, then it only affects that particular zone. Each zone stands alone. If a vote fails in a particular zone, the following will occur. The RCSD will no longer be able to pay the lighting bill for that particular zone and will notify Southern California Edison of that. And Southern California Edison will do whatever they have to do as required them by the California Public Utilities Commission. The district regrets having to bring these increases in fees forward at a time when many folks are struggling. But we have no choice. The choice is up to the voter. Thank you.
There's a bill every month in Southern California Edison for the streetlights. That bill has to be paid. And simply said, there's more, the bill is higher than the amount of money coming in currently. And we are required, because of the assessment districts and the zones, that it has to go on the property tax. But it's not our choice. It is the choice of the people that live in each individual zone. I live in zone 35. And if the majority of the people in that zone vote no, then the lights get turned off because the bill will no longer be paid for that zone. Now, as far as the streetlights being removed, yes, it's true. But it's not RCSD removing those lights. Edison stated last year that if the lights are turned on, Edison is required by the Public Utilities Commission
to remove the poles. They're removing them, they belong to Edison, not to us. But it would be wrong of us to not put that information on the ballot. So that way you understand the ramifications of your vote, yes or no. And so therefore, I just want to make sure that everybody understands this, is that this board is not voting to put any assessment on your property tax. You are going to do that. And when it's all said and done, the votes will be counted, and it'll be, in whatever zone you live in, it'll be determined whether it's a yes vote or a no vote.
The engineer's estimate was $63,217. That's what the engineer says Edison charges us. But maybe her $200,000 number is correct, because the services district wants $53,000 to administrator. So maybe there's some other money around somewhere. But I'd like to ask the board, have you looked at reducing the lighting levels throughout some of these areas to reduce our costs?
As we said before, Jerry, we have no control over the streetlights.
Yes, you do. You get to pick them out.
Don't pay them.
You can tell them which ones you don't want. I'm an electrical contractor. I work with Edison all the time. So you can't tell me that Edison is going to tell you you have to have something. They're not going to do it.
Jerry, most of the requests we get, they want more lights.
I'm sorry?
Most of the people want more lights, and we don't have the money. We haven't had the money for years.
That's what I'm saying. Reduce the lighting level. Out here on 35th Street, there must be 5 or 6 of them. You don't need that many. I don't know how many lights you could reduce to get within our budget. But that's, evidently the board of directors or the services district hasn't looked at any reductions. They're just looking at the pure dollars. So maybe that's an avenue that everybody could be happy with. Edison maintains the light fixtures. Edison puts in new light fixtures when required. And you say there's some ancillary costs. There may be, I don't know. They were not in this Edison cost column that you presented to us.
It's directly in front of you. It has, it says administrative costs.
Administrative costs.
Well, that's your ancillary. It's not your direct cost.
Tell the people it's the ancillary cost.
You're the one asking the questions, Jerry.
Huh?
You're the one asking the questions.
That's correct.
That's why I responded to you.
And your administrative costs are $53,000 a year. On a $63,000 bill.
Right, almost as much as the bill.
That's kind of out of line
Right. That's a
for
lot.
administration.
53,000, you said? Wow.
Administrative costs. So the administrative costs are going to be almost as much as the lighting costs?
Yeah.
Well, Jerry, in the first year, you have Prop 218 costs with administrative.
You
You got formation costs with that. Those are costs that drop off. You have also the reserve fund.
All right.
All of those fall off. They're not forever costs. They're one time.
That's how we can go from the first year down to the second year.
Well, yes, I understand that you're going to have a reduction the second year. But I'm saying that for you to have a $63,000 cost and $50,000 to administrate that cost, that's out of line.
That's ridiculous.
Okay.
I don't know what your Prop 218 costs are. I don't know what is Prop 218 cost? What is that?
Right on that page.
I'm gonna look it up.
I'm giving you almost 7 minutes to speak here. Can you wrap it up so we can give other people?
I just asked, what are your 218 costs?
It depends upon what zone you're talking about. Okay, zone 35, it's all up there on the board.
I'm asking for not a dollar, a definition of 218 costs.
Prop 218.
There is no definition.
The definition of Prop
They got
218.
it outlined here.
Well, you have postage, you have You have preparation of all the stuff that has to go out. You have their meeting cost, their time here. That's part of the 218 hearing. All of those costs are wrapped into that 218 cost.
That's what I'm asking. What are the 218 costs? What do they consist of?
Break down the cost.
They are the, Jerry, excuse me,
This is approximately.
It says,
And that's your total, it's $2.
well, here's what you run across this on 5 pages, you get the total cost. You guys can say, well, it costs $2.
Per parcel.
You can say it costs $2 per parcel, but in all reality, it may be $150 a year for a person. It may be, when you get through adding all your administrative costs in.
3 envelopes.
A microphone?
Okay, no one-on-one conversation. Quick, come on.
3 stamps, you mean?
That's what I mean,
Yeah,
yeah.
not 3 envelopes, 3
The
stamps.
stamps and the envelopes,
Yeah.
so there you go. You know,
Yeah, well, we've been through all these things before. And I just to perhaps get themselves within budget. And I'm not saying that $1 a parcel or $1 a water meter is an appropriate charge. I'm not saying that. All I'm saying is that, and the $8 doesn't bother me that you're wanting to assess me. It's just the idea that you want to put it on the taxes. If you told me that you was going to charge me $2 on my water bill, I wouldn't be here.
Right.
And I have property on 15th Street West, house on Rosamond Boulevard. On 15th Street West, there's not a street light on my street. I have a 120-unit apartment complex there. We provide all the lighting for the complex, and a lot of my lighting bleeds over onto the street. And I'm on one of the districts, being 45. I think it's being one of the more expensive ones, and so I don't get to participate like Albertson's does. Nobody, you guys want to pay for our lighting?
No, thank you.
My lighting's pretty high. I also pay $8,000 a month in water and sewer. I don't know anybody in the community that pays that much. Maybe somebody pays a little more, maybe somebody does not. I pay $4,000 a month on sewer alone. I don't always have 100% occupancy. So it is taxing for us to make our budgets work. And you guys have budgets, stick to it. Cut your costs.
Right.
Take some of that surplus money, send everybody in the community out a 25-watt light bulb and ask them to put it on their porch.
Okay.
Pay for it themselves, and guess what? This place from the satellite would look like Las Vegas.
Yep.
And it'd be a heck of a lot cheaper than what you're assessing me for a light that I don't even have, when I already have to pay lights for a 120-unit apartment complex. It's not right.
That happens to a lot of people. Steve's mother-in-law don't have a light. She's gonna have to pay.
It's not right.
That's where I live.
That's
I
what you
just-
said, right?
I've heard many things, but fair is fair, right is right, and wrong is wrong.
I do have a.
And if you have any ethics at all, that's what should be weighed on every one of your decisions. Sewer, putting the sewer on the thing. Yeah, oh, everybody goes, wow, you can write it off on your taxes. It's a cost of doing business, yes, I can write it off, but if you're a homeowner, then you're gonna have to break that $40 sewer bill out a month, because that's not an expense to you and it's not a legal tax. So don't tell me that $40 I can write off if I'm on one of my houses that I own, because I can't. It's not an expense of doing business, it's an assessment for the sewer.
My accountant told me you couldn't write it off.
You cannot do it. And our accountants have looked at that too, and what you just did, and the way you presented it was illegal. You were telling a lie. Do your research before you make these decisions.
Okay.